this Thursday at 8:30 p.m. behind the field house. So be there or be square. IJM is hosting the cost and impact of human trafficking next Tuesday in the sub at 7:30, and one SFP is offered for that. So let's pray. Hey God, thank you so much for this opportunity to gather together and learn about you and how we can be better servant leaders and friends. Be with us as we go on with Convo today and as we go on throughout the rest of our days. We love you, we thank you, and we praise you. Amen. All right, so this morning we're going to start off with our friends from Brothers Keeper. So we'll talk a little bit later about what Brothers Keeper is and what they do. But first we're going to start off with some trivia, and our Brothers Keeper friends are going to ask you guys trivia questions, and we have suckers if you get the question right. So let's start off with Andrea, who is going to ask a question in a second. Okay. All right, Andrew, you ready? All right. You gonna ask your question? You wanna hold it? All right, ready? Okay, ready? Gonna ask it. This one right here. All right. Which is the only state that has one syllable? Silence. Maine. Good job. All right. Next we have Charles. Not you, Charlie. Not here. Courtney. Oh, Evan. Evan. There you are. That's you. All right. So next we have Evan. He's going to ask, all right, ready?
Ready?
There you go. What? Yeah. Say what?
This is what?
Letter of the alphabet. It's not in any U.S. state.
It's by everybody's name.
Name. Awesome. All right. What letter in the alphabet is not in any state name? What? Wrong. Arizona does exist. Yeah. What? Texas. Right. Cute. All right, next question. All right, ready? Here. I know it's so exciting. All right, ready?
My name is Hannah.
All right, ready? What was Jesus's
What was Jesus's
line of work?
line of work?
What was Jesus's line of work? Somebody in the back. Way back there. Yeah, you in the block. Carpenter. Good job. Good job. Good job. All right, Jonah, you ready? All right. Jonah, me. Wait, ready? We're asking this question. This one. What is the powerhouse of the cell? What is it? What's the powerhouse? Striped shirt. Striped shirt. What? Mitochondria. You would be correct. All right, Marcus, you ready? All right. Next question.
Marcus.
Which NBA
player
played more than 11,000 two-pointers in his career, but only one three-pointer?
Corey Corn.
Who was it? Oh, I don't know. What about who was it? You? Shaquille O'Neal, that is correct. Michael Tago. Ready? You gonna ask your question? All right. Next is
My list is
what
what
fast
fast
food
is food
restaurant
restaurant
uses a cowboy hat
cowboy hat.
as a logo?
I would do
All right. What fast food restaurant uses a cowboy hat as a logo? Arby's. That is correct. Nice throw. Patrick, you ready? Ready? Here we go. If you want it, you got it, buddy. You want me to hold it? Ready? What was the first book ever written with a typewriter? What was the first book ever written with a typewriter? The Bible is incorrect. Good guess, though. Jared? No, wrong. Ryan? No. Tyler? Tom Sawyer is correct. You're supposed to be cheating, Googling questions. Cheaters. All right, Miss Morgan. You want to hold it? All right. You got it?
My name is Morgan.
Morgan.
What was the first vegetable grown in space?
What was the first vegetable grown in space, Jared? It was a potato. Alright, Stuart. Oh, I skipped some here. We'll come back to you, alright? Ready? You gonna say your name?
Hi, my name is Stuart.
My name is Stuart. Alright, ready?
When
What is the tiny piece at the end of your shoelace called?
Chili.
What is it? Somebody in the back, Samantha. What's an aglet? That's correct. I know. Samir, you ready? All right. This is gonna be a popular question. It better be a popular question. Is all I'm gonna say. All right, ready? Taylor Swift won her first Grammy with what song?
Song.
Taylor Swift won her first Grammy with what song, Chandler? Why? All right, Thomas. It's your time to shine, buddy. All right, ready? What fruit takes anywhere from 1.5 to 3 years to grow? All right. What fruit takes 1.5 to 3 years to grow? Liz? A pineapple. You guys are good. I feel like you're cheating. Yeah. All right, Wendy. Last but definitely not least.
Hello, I'm Wendy Good.
All right, Wendy.
What is the fifth decimal point of pi 9?
What's
everybody. Thanks for having us here today. My name is Cecile Huddleston, and I am one of the founders and executive director for Brothers Keeper. We appreciate the opportunity to share about Brothers Keeper, and I'm going to share my journey in starting Brothers Keeper and why. So my husband and I live here in Johnson City. We have for years. We have 3 children. We have a daughter who is living in Nashville, married, and she's an attorney. We also have 2 sons, 32 and 27, and both boys were born with Down syndrome. I'm also the parent of those 2 sons who are here as participants in Brothers Keeper. Well, to go back a little bit, to rewind in life, I remember, probably like the rest of you, when my daughter was approaching the time for graduation from high school. All the typical steps that you all went through that she faced leading up to her graduation. She was looking for that perfect college. The perfect college that offered all of the things that she wanted for her college experience. Preference for academic choices, social opportunities leading to a community of friends, activities, fitness facilities, a good church, and groups to join. All of these things were very significant to her in her life. And if we think about it, those are the things that we all look for each and every day, whether you're starting college or after college. That's what we look for in life. So my husband and I wondered, what will life look like after high school for our sons? And at that time, our older son was close to graduating. And what would be his next step? In the state of Tennessee, you may not know it, but special ed students can go until they're age 21, 22 before they graduate. But graduation would mean leaving all of their friends behind, that full schedule that they had every day to stay busy, where they learn new things, and the guidance of teachers who are there to help them and a way to stay busy every day. It also meant facing a very uncertain future. Majority of these adults would end up staying at home with nothing to do after high school. Because most adults with special needs don't hold jobs. It's hard to get a job, it's hard to hold a job. Most don't go to college, and pretty much, I'd say all aren't able to drive a car. It can be hard to get connected to a community or a group of friends. It's hard to find opportunities to develop hobbies and stay active. The skills that they acquired over the 12 years or more that they have been in school will cease to be utilized without those opportunities to put them to use or some way to develop new skills. So regression happens very quickly without continuing education and training. But at the same time, these adults, like the rest of us, have a lot of interest, and they deserve all of the same joys, activities, and opportunities in life that we all enjoy. They want to learn new things. They want to enjoy friendships. They want to be a part of a community. They want to attend social events and activities, and they want to have a reason to get up every day, just like the rest of us. The same thing my daughter wanted when she was looking for college, and probably the same things you were looking for when you started looking for colleges. See, most people are not aware of the challenges that families face when raising children with special needs, and also when planning for their future. And for the rest of their lives, unlike the rest of us, they need support, supervision, and care. Families also want to know that their loved ones are going to be well cared for when they're no longer able to do so themselves. So the vision for Brothers Keeper, my vision for Brothers Keeper, came out of this desire for more opportunities for our sons as our older son was approaching graduation from high school. So I began to research, and I visited several communities in different states, programs that had, that were just vibrant communities that offered so much. They had opportunities to take classes, learn art, physical fitness, gardening, ceramics, there were social events to attend, and so much more. But we couldn't consider sending our sons away. We couldn't even think of that. So over time, I sensed that God was calling me to start a program here in Johnson City, in this region, for our sons and so many other friends like him, like them. So after a lot of prayer, 10 years ago, we incorporated as Brothers Keeper, and we wanted to offer, we were formed to offer, we wanted to be that next step that other adults graduating from high school with intellectual disabilities would have in front of them to take. Our goal is to empower these adults to reach their full potential through training and a variety of learning opportunities and experiences. Brothers Keeper offers hope for a new beginning, a new community, a new place to belong, and a new sense of purpose. And by participating in our program, these individuals can gain access to more education, training in life skills, spiritual discipleship. We are a Christian faith-based organization. They can have access to social engagement and more. People with special needs need to feel valued, respected, regardless of their abilities or disabilities, and they deserve also to be treated with dignity and kindness. They are a valuable part of our community as a whole. They have so much to teach us, and we need them in our lives also. So God has truly blessed us. So 10 years later, God's blessed us since we started in so many ways. And we have an amazing staff that shows up every day with smiles on their faces, ready to teach and guide these participants every day. They're dedicated to helping these adults with intellectual disabilities, and they do it with compassion and with understanding. So speaking of staff, I'm going to turn it over to Ashley, who is our program director day in, day out, and she can tell you a little bit more about Brothers Keeper and what we do.
All right, thanks. So, Milligan, y'all want to prepare servant leaders. I didn't go here. I went to UT, go Balls. Don't y'all dare boo me. And I kind of found myself in my junior year having no clue what I was going to do. I ran the gamut of majors, biochemistry, kinesiology, kind of went through a whole lot. While I was a kinesiology major, I took an elective course that led me to a camp for children with special needs. We were there for a week. It was fully staffed by UT students. I came back from that camp. My life was forever changed. I changed my major as soon as I came back, and I've been doing that ever since, and that was in 2012. I was in Knoxville I graduated in 14 and did my master's, and I graduated from that in 16. I had no idea Brothers Keeper had started, had no idea any of this was going on. I just was applying to positions at home, because this was home for me, and I applied to Brothers Keeper. I got an interview, and when I went to the interview, I kind of thought this program was up and running and they just needed some people. It turns out they were not open yet, and I was hired as their first staff member to kind of build this program from scratch. So I was hired in May of 2016. We opened our doors on July 1st of 2016 to our initial 6 participants. 5 of them are still with us, 1 of them has moved away, and 3 staff members, including myself, and the other 2 staff are actually still with us as well. And those 6 initial participants, their families said, "We are ready whenever you guys open. We need somewhere where our son or where our daughter can be they don't have to sit at home every day, that they can go be around friends and have a community. So now, fast forward to 8 years later, it's 2024, we have 20 participants, which is our capacity for our license. We have 7 staff members, and I get phone calls all the time about other people that are interested in our program, because there is nothing else like this in the area. We're truly the only program serving these adults in this capacity in our area. We're just trying to bridge that gap. After you graduate high school, what comes next? You guys, most of you chose to come to Milligan, or maybe you went to another institution first, but you got that choice. And for some of these folks, there was no choice. They just had to sit at home. And so, but now they're here. They're with us every day. And they get to continue to learn. They get to continue to grow and have fun with their friends. And so we take an individualized approach to everything. When somebody's admitted, we set goals for them. And so we take those goals, and my instructors make activities based on those goals. So every single thing we do is trying to meet somebody's goal. It might be increasing their vocabulary, it might be increasing their reading, it might be increasing their endurance, but we are trying to hit those goals every single day. We try to increase their cognitive skills in a practical way. We're not trying to do math, just sit there and do math problems. We're trying to learn how to budget for some of our folks, or we're trying to do coin identification or bill identification, things that are actually practical and actually important. We're trying to increase their physical fitness. We make sure that we're up and moving and grooving every day. We don't ever want to be stagnant. We want to be up and moving and making sure that they are healthy. We want to make sure that we're developing their spiritual minds. So we take time every single morning. We do a devotion. We do memory verses. We do the Lord's Prayer. We do prayer requests. We do prayer. Did I forget anything? Is that it? Yeah, I did the memory verse. Okay, so that's about it. We make sure we're developing their emotions on an appropriate level, because for some, you and I might be able to recognize that we're angry or that we're feeling upset. That's a hard thing for some people, or if you're feeling frustrated or overwhelmed. And so we try to talk about that and talk about ways to cope with that. And last, we try to develop their social skills. And all of these people are pretty much social butterflies, but they love being around other people, being around their friends, being around this little community that we've created. And most of all, they love going out into the community to some of their favorite places that we go. We'll go walk the Tootsie Trail. We'll go volunteer at Second Harvest Food Bank. Number one outing is bowling. Anybody on the bowling team? Oh my goodness, look, they're all sitting right there. These are your people. They love bowling. Our annual fundraiser every year, April 19th, is actually a bowling tournament, because these guys love bowling so much. We had to make that kind of our fundraiser. So we're doing all these things every single day, day in, day out, making sure that all these people are growing, they're learning, they're being the best they can be. And so for now, we are housed inside of Greens Creek Christian Church. They were generous, they gave us our first home. Eventually, we want to have a campus of our own that kind of looks like a Milligan, like a small college campus that I always say they can live, work, and play. They can have little jobs. They can live there safely in housing. They can be around their friends every day. That has a dining hall. It has a chapel where they can come and pray, and they can have daily devotions. But that's, who knows when that will happen. We're just kind of waiting on the Lord's provision. And so we just pray every day that whenever he's ready, that those doors will open. And we know that there will probably be an intermediate step before that, moving out of the church and into our own building. But for now, we're in the church. We're making do with what we have, and so yeah, that's kind of where we're at, what we do every day. Yeah, that's kind of all I have.
We're going to transition into a time of just some questions that we're going to ask some participants and some of the staff. So if you guys want to come on up, we'll get going with that. Patrick, come on, buddy. Okay, so first I'm going to ask Mr. Jonah. Jonah, what is your favorite activity that you do at Brothers Keeper?
I like to basketball.
Basketball. Why do you like basketball so much? What is your favorite?
My favorite is my boy Nick.
Why is basketball your favorite?
My favorite is I'm going to give up. I'm doing the skills.
Increasing his skills. That's a good reason. All right, Wendy, what is your favorite outing at Brothers Keeper?
Oh, sorry. My favorite outing is the second August birthday.
Why is that?
Because I like to give food to people who need it the most.
Good answer. Good answer. All right, Miss Ashley, what does your job mean to you?
Well, Callie, my job is so much more than a job. It came to me in a place where I was questioning my career path that God led me to in the special education field. I was just in a rough place, and I found Brothers Keeper. It was like a God wink in a way, and I fell in love. It became a family, and it's just more than a job. It's an answered prayer.
All right, Mr. Patrick, what is something that you have learned at Brothers Keeper?
Controlling his emotions.
That's good, that's good. All right, Josh, what is a common misconception that you feel is tied to Brothers Keeper?
I feel like when people hear the word day program, I think they just kind of assume that participants come in and there's not a lot going on. But we are in the community. We're a faith-based program, so when we do, like Mindy said, when we do things like Sacred Harvest, our participants take pride in being able to be the hands and feet of Christ and really get to feed people, get to help people. We're I don't want to repeat everything that Cecile and Ashley said, but we're active in the community. We're active each day. There's never a cookie cutter day. We don't come in and do the same thing every day. Every day it looks different. There's learning opportunities every day. Even this morning, we do PowerPoints. So the participants each have their own personal PowerPoints that Patrick's excited to get to work on today. But we're, even like this morning in an activity, I learned some stuff. So we're always, not only are our participants learning each day, we're learning each day. And, yeah.
Every day is fun and never the same. There is zero predictability in our job, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's true, it's true. All right, Jonah, what is the best part of your Brother's Keeper Day?
Yeah, receiver is my favorite team is Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, we know your favorite team is the Dallas Cowboys, but what's your favorite part of Brother's Keeper?
Oh yeah, I love it drawing, sometimes.
Drawing sometimes. That's good.
Okay, yeah, I started so very, and I love my friends.
That's a good answer.
He loves his friends.
He does love his friends. Good job, Jonah.
And how about them boys?
All right. Oh.
Wait.
All right, Patrick. How can people be better friends?
How can people be better friends?
Control your emotions. Love each other.
Love each other. That is a great answer. All right, Wendy, this is our last question. What is something you want the world to know about you or Brother's Keeper?
What I would like for the whole world and Brother's Keeper to know about me is that I'm a true friend to everyone, and I'm also a really good artist.
Good job. All right, let's give it up for our Brother's Keeper. Okay, just if you enjoy having Brother's Keeper here and want to get involved and serve with them, we have a few opportunities later this month, February 27th through the 29th, there's one each day. So look for the campus ministry emails and check the campus ministry Instagram and look for the emails from Beth Anderson. Yeah, you may go in peace.